Episode 27. What are we doing podcast?
Welcome back. We're so happy you're here. We strongly believe as an organization that it's extremely important for us to keep pushing the boundaries of what we are capable of. And we've done that again.
We just keep getting better.
What we are about to unveil is camera number 4.
Hey, the boys.
So now, what we can do
boys.
is we can show Brock and Mike. We've got a pretty unique way of having that thing
rigged up there.
And everyone, if you have a second, say a quick prayer for Mike's phone because it's dangling about 7 feet in the air, probably. And I mean,
it is hanging
dangling, kind of.
Quite literally.
But Brock, hit him with number 4 again. Yeah, that's clean. That's clean. See, so we wanted you guys to be able to, when we're doing drafts or we're doing, anything that involves the boys back there, we think that it's fair to them for them to get their little bit of the spotlight as well.
I mean, they're just as much part of what we're doing as we are.
We literally, it's very close to impossible for everything that's happening to happen without them. So we appreciate the heck out of them.
Yeah.
And their hard work.
I mean,
Mike almost died today because of it.
Prayers up for him.
Prayers for Mike. He's here with us still. Camera number 4. Show him. All right. Mike decided that after about 45 minutes max after you put your thing into your leg, you decided that you wanted to rip it out. Tell the people what you won.
What I won?
Yeah.
Diabetes?
Yeah.
I won it, but that's what I got.
I don't know. Mike.
The bees.
I mean, it's cool to see just like every time we think we're got to spot that like we're good with, like we find ways to like take that next step up, you know?
Yeah.
And what that next step after this is, no clue, probably won't happen for a little bit, but
a whole studio.
The whole studio, who knows? Yeah, but it's just cool. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see more of like just the crazy setup we have.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys get to kind of see, I don't really know what to call it, like I guess behind the camera, which is now in front of a camera. You get to see a bit of the setup, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they're always talking to, like, I mean, when the boys are both sitting back there, like, they talk multiple times an episode.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of podcasts are like that, where they have, like, their
production team
person. And you guys, like, Brock and Mike have both had their own episodes where they've been on, so you've seen them, but it's cool to get to see them kind of in their, like, natural habitat of what they do for us on, like a every time episode.
Yeah. I mean, Mike's got the most important job right now. He's giving me updates on the Eagles game. So shout out Mike for that. Go Eagles.
We're recording this on a Sunday, and your boy was sitting in church today, and I had a couple thoughts. Where do you want me to? I've got 3 thoughts about church/Jesus. Where do you want me to start?
Point number 1.
So, as you know, our Lord and Savior, he was when he was here, 100% man, 100% God, right? Mm-hmm. Being 100% God, I would have to assume he had an understanding of when bad things were going to happen to him. Mm-hmm. And he lived he did just live like a normal life. Like, in a sense of like, he went day to day. Like, he didn't just like disappear, come in and make, like do a miracle, disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like he was around
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he was just a kind of like normal person.
He had to eat and drink and sleep.
Yeah, he was just doing like normal.
Yeah.
Like he did a lot of normal people stuff,
Yeah.
right? Do you think that like the 100% God would see like, oh, I'm about to stub my toe and just not? Or do you think he like the 100% man in him had to let him happen to like learn what that pain felt like? Does that idea make sense? Like just at its core? Like is what I'm saying like
No, I get what you're saying. I think
cuz like I mean, if the man knew that he was going to die on the cross the way that he did and he let it happen, I feel like he had the morals to like sucks that I had my foot in the wrong spot and I banged my toe on whatever. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it happened. I'm sure like I don't know.
Okay, like I know that I just kind of sprung that on you and it's kind of a big thought, but like
I think 100% he's not stubbing his toe.
you know,
He
you
knows.
just think he's not going to let it happen? Or do you think he just was like
I feel like he probably stubbed his toe
perfect
once.
enough that he like didn't
Even stub his
Never
toe.
stubbed his toe.
he didn't like do you think he was perfect enough that he didn't let himself get into a position to stub his toe? Is what I'm saying making sense?
Yes, it's just
And not just stub
kind
his
of
toe,
fumbling
but like
my mind right now.
I know. I had thought about this for 10-15 minutes
At church,
at church. Yeah.
mid sermon, you're just like,
Yeah, I'm like, man, what? I just want to know how that would have played out, you know? Because, like,
yeah, would that be a incorrect way to use his power, I guess,
right, because, like, he didn't,
to make his life easier?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, bet your rear, if I know I'm about to, you know how many things I've done that have hurt me way worse than stubbing my toe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm about to crash my bike. I'm just going to not instead. I hit the brakes here instead of hitting this pile of rocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things where you could, like...
I don't know. I think he would. I think it would happen. I think he would let it happen. Also, I don't
But
like.
he
I
knew,
understand.
But he knew it's like
I
he
think
knows
he-
it's happening.
See, also, I don't know. Like, I think he has the he had the power or the ability, I guess, to know the future. You know what every
Mhm.
what he even like knows what people were thinking and stuff. Like it says that in the Bible at certain times. But like, I don't think he constantly was like in know of the future of like what every single thing happened. Like I feel like he wasn't always like going to bed and then like, all right, this is what's gonna happen tomorrow kind of thing. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm sure he did, but I don't think he really thought about that.
sure.
So I feel like the stubbing the toe, like he didn't really. Like I don't think
couldn't he also just make it not hurt then?
Yeah, I guess
I mean, if you can heal somebody with like, I don't know.
words and then
Well, I'm just like, if somebody has some disease and he can just like touch them and they're purified, like, I feel like he could stub his toe and instead of it hurting for the next 15 minutes, he could just be like, yeah, no, that sucked. And then it just didn't hurt anymore.
yeah.
But like, I also could see him being like, I'm supposed to feel how bad this hurts.
Yeah, I think he didn't necessarily just like. I think that would be
Like,
an
it's just- it
overuse
seems
of
like
his
an
power.
overuse of- right. Yeah.
I think
right?
because then that kind of takes away from him being the human part. Like I feel like he has the ability to know what people think, but I don't think he was using it 24/7. I guess if that makes sense.
I have a couple other Jesus thoughts, if you'll let me.
Shoot him. I'm gonna fumble my mind.
I made a comment however many podcasts ago where I essentially said that if you think living in a different time period than right now was better, I can't believe you. And I feel like if God, like, I mean, as far, okay, like he could have chose
To live in.
to be in the world right now,
Yeah.
and he didn't.
Yeah.
What happened?
Were you listening to the sermon at all at this point, or were you
Yeah.
just
So
thinking of
what
questions?
was going on before he got there? Where did people get their? Actually, no,
I
that
don't
makes
even
sense
know.
because he's the only God that's like. He's the only God that's real. What's up? I'll stand on that. No, but he's the only God that like called him like. What am I trying to say?
Yeah, I don't even
He's
know.
the only God that said, "I'm going to be there," and then was there. Because there's writing like pre him. There's writing of him being there.
Yeah, prophecies of him
Right,
coming.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't.
It's kind of cold. But like, what was going on before he got there?
Just
Also,
life?
could you imagine being his half brother? He's half. I keep saying half. I mean, he's not half, but like half God, half man, and you're just half his brother. You're like, hey, man, what if I had some new sneakers? He's like, sneakers don't exist yet. He's like, what?
I think sometimes when I'm thinking about Jesus and stuff, I think it's crazy to think about the time period he was alive was like, we learn about it in history. And it's weird to me, like, for example, like, and I'm going to get these like exact time ranges wrong.
Yeah.
But like Alexander the Great, you know,
Mhm.
like we learn about him in history.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was before Jesus. And that's weird to think about because
Yeah.
it's like when I learn about him, like whenever I'm learning about history,
Right.
whatever it is, I always think it's like,
Jesus, and then everything else happened.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
not
weird.
that
Or
way.
like Julius Caesar, like that whole Roman Empire, like that's happening when Jesus is alive.
Yeah.
I don't know if Julius Caesar was exactly the emperor at that time, but
Yeah.
like, or like Augustus. Augustus is actually Caesar when Jesus is alive. Like that kind of stuff is like, that's weird to think about. When I'm learning about history and I'm talking about Augustus, I'm like, wow, like Jesus is right here at this
And
time.
it's funny to me that when people are like, he isn't real, and it's like, well, I mean, history says,
Yeah, I mean the Bible's a
like
historical
saying
book.
Hitler's not real.
Yeah,
Like, well, you know, he was. Like,
yeah,
he was there. I mean, I'm not comparing Jesus and Hitler. I'm just saying, like,
no, I get
how
what
are
you're
you-
saying.
how are you
Two
gonna say he's
historical
not-
figures?
even if you don't believe, like, to say that you don't believe in Jesus is weird. Like, if you say you don't believe in heaven, I guess, like, that would be, like, you're saying you don't believe in an afterlife. That makes more sense to me than, like, I don't believe in this person existing.
Well, Muslims believe Jesus was a person. They just don't believe that he was like
How-
the Messiah or whatever. They think he's a prophet, just like Muhammad. You know.
So, how close is that to Christianity?
What? The
You said Islam?
oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know anything about it really.
what? So why is that important at all?
What do you mean?
Why would they acknowledge him in the
Jesus
like, in
just is
faith?
just a prophet.
Yeah, but that's like that would be like if we were acknowledging like Buddha,
Buddha's different. Buddha wasn't a person.
right? What?
Buddha wasn't a person. Their God is
So-
Allah.
Yeah, but what? Right, but then what? Why does? I'm just saying, like, why does Jesus matter to them then?
He's just a prophet.
He is a prophet or he isn't?
He is.
I know, like, to us, I know
No,
he is.
he is to the.
To them, he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He's just not the Messiah, like the.
Don't look at me like you understand the whole thing.
No, I'm just confused. I'm trying to follow along with what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone listening is frustrated right now because they're probably confused also. I'm just confused on why
Like, and I don't remember what the Islamic book is called. The Quran, yes. I'm like almost positive, and I don't know this for facts, so don't take me my word on this, but I'm pretty sure like the Quran has Jesus in it, just not the way that we see Jesus. You know, they see Jesus as another like prophet, like how we see Jeremiah and Isaiah and stuff like that. They see him as a prophet, and then Muhammad as like their Jesus, maybe. I don't really know.
Where does Muhammad come in the like whole thing then?
I think he's after Jesus, historically, like timing wise. I think. I don't really know, to be honest with you. It's a great question. They're aligned though. Like the Islam, like that whole like faith or whatever came from Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just two separate things. It's the son he had with his servant or whatever. The one he had with the
as Christians supposed to read other,
like the Quran.
are we supposed to like educate ourselves on things, or are we like supposed to not?
I don't think it hurts to be educated in anything.
Okay.
Like I think it's
a fair
important.
answer,
I think
I
it's
guess.
important to know. Like it's just a matter of like
Are you?
I think it's
believing
not wrong for me to read the Quran because I think it gives me a better insight of what they believe and what they see.
Yeah.
So that when I'm trying to present the gospel to them or something, you know,
Right.
versus like it's just a matter like, do I say Allah is God or am I saying that God's God? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or like I think that's just true of anything, like politics in general. Like I think it's important to know the other side's arguments and things because it just helps with your understanding of where they're coming from. You know, whether you believe whatever. You know, whatever you believe, I think it's important. I think that's something that we do really bad at in our culture, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's like we're so set on what we think and
What I
believe
think,
that we don't want
what
to
I
hear
think
anybody
is right,
else's.
and it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, I'm right and you're wrong kind
Right.
of thing.
Which that's where it starts to get scary is when like an opinion is your fact.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be true. Like
Getting offended off of facts to me is crazy. Like if I tell you a fact and you get butthurt by it, it's just like
yeah,
literally just it's just what the truth is.
it just yeah.
Like it's a fact. Also, another thing that is weird to me sometimes is when people get offended by something that doesn't directly correlate with them. Like it would be like if you didn't believe in Christianity at all, and then Mike was like, "Hey Brady, you're stupid for believing in God," and then you were like, "Hey, that's offensive." Like you get upset about it. It doesn't matter to you. That's a me thing. Like why I have enough stuff in my life going on. I have my own problems that I just it's weird to me that people get so fed up with other people's problems.
Yeah, I mean, but it could also be like, just because for the scenario, I'm not a Christian, I don't believe in that stuff, and you do, and then he calls you out on it. It could, like, I could still see that as wrong in a way of, like, we could still have the same ideas in certain ways, like, to be nice to people, you know? So, like, maybe that's where that comes into play.
But, like, okay. Let me change the scenario a little bit. I'm not here, and Mike just says people who believe in God are stupid. And then you, who in this scenario doesn't are like, hey, man, don't talk about people like that.
I mean, I think that just comes with, like, knowing both sides of the story, I guess, kind of. Like, I don't know. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I know there's people like that.
It's like, I just don't. Not that I don't care.
It's just trying to push your beliefs on people, you know?
Yeah, like I want everyone to be treated with respect, but also like if you come out and say something that some people would be offended by, I'm not going to be like, hey, you know, Caleb, some people get offended when other people say, like, I don't know. Okay. I have another Jesus thought and then a church thought with Chick-fil-A. Isn't it crazy that God was like, he just trusts us to be like he literally is just like, yeah, it's they'll make sure that, you know, they spread the word and like be disciples, and like he's not like down here just like doing it. Like he gave us all the free will and then told us like, this is what you're supposed to do. And then like, isn't that cool?
I mean, he is kind of doing it.
He is doing it, but like if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to.
Yeah. The whole point of Christianity is to represent Jesus. So it's like,
Yeah, it's
Jesus living through me. So Jesus is still doing it.
yeah.
It's just me getting out of the way and letting that happen.
Yeah. Right.
So it's
I think that what I said maybe wasn't entirely
just the idea
exactly
of free
how I
will.
meant it.
The idea of free will.
like the idea of free will, and then also just like trusting us with the responsibility of like doing it. Like
Yeah. I mean, we get to be a part of the mission, you know?
yeah.
It's just cool. Yeah.
Church
Church was good for you today, huh?
Yeah. So my thought that I have, and I completely understand why Chick-fil-A isn't open on Sundays, but I wish that they were. And so here's my deal. Okay. I think that, and I don't truly believe this because it's cool that they're closed on Sundays. Like that's a really cool stance to have.
It's crazy that they can make
Yes.
as much money they can in
And
6 days.
and they make more money than a lot of other places that are open every day of the week.
Yeah.
But just an exercise that I think would be cool. So Chick-fil-A is now open from 12:30 to 3:30 on Sundays. Drive-through only, so that they don't have to pay full staff and they don't have to clean anything inside, like any of the tables, no, everything like that.
Yeah,
like
they
they
still
got to
gotta
do their
do a
stuff
lot,
around
but
the they're still doing a lot, but like probably half as much if you're not having people in the store.
Okay.
You don't have to work on the bathrooms. You don't have to work on the
Okay.
floors, the tables, all that stuff, right? You don't have to restock all the straws and all like that crap. That would suck, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're only open drive-through,
Mm-hmm.
and they're only open if you can prove that you went to church.
So basically, if I went to church, I'd get Chick-fil-A.
For 4 hours or whatever.
Well,
So then you start late, like they open late, so that all their employees, because I bet that there's enough employees that are like, yeah, I would work on Sundays.
is this just because you want chicken on Sundays?
I just,
Yes.
He wants to eat.
I mean,
He wants
it's
Chick-fil-A on
100%. He just,
Yeah.
he just.
yes, duh, I want Chick-fil-A on Sundays. But I'm just workshopping an idea that I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know if the only if you went to church thing makes sense, but
Why?
because of the, I don't know. I think that's just weird. I think it's like, what's that called? Seclusion or whatever it's called.
So what?
I don't know.
I feel like part of it, though, maybe it's just because I live far enough away. I'm not wanting to come into work for 3 hours on my weekend. It's not worth it.
It's also more than 3 hours. You got to go in and still do stuff.
Yeah, you gotta
prep before and
prep,
after. Just because the inside's closed.
You don't?
I think the whole point. Part of the point is the fact that having Sunday off gives their employees the day off to do church and do these other things that they find
I know, that's
important.
what I'm saying. You'd start late.
Yeah,
So you'd
12:30. You're still gonna have employees in there by 10. They're gonna be there until 5,
Okay.
and then that's their whole Sunday, and then that's not their opportunity. Like the whole point of Sunday is Sabbath,
People-
like the rest, right?
Right, people work on Sundays anyway. Like I
Yeah,
bet there's
but
Chick-fil-A
not Chick-
I bet there's Chick-fil-A employees that work other places on Sundays.
Yeah, but not because of Chick-fil-A.
What do you mean? If Chick-fil-A was open on a Sunday, I bet they'd probably just pick the shift up.
Yeah, that's the people though.
Okay.
The point is that the Chick-fil-A corporate doesn't want people, like, they don't want them to be the reason why people are not taking the Sabbath kind of thing. I think that's part of the reason why they're not open on Sundays.
Right.
So,
but if you prove that you went to church, you are doing that. Like,
that's not the point. I don't
Okay.
think it's about their customers necessarily as much as it is for their employees.
that's why. Right. So you're open later and.
But being
Okay.
open later at 12:30 means
Listen,
I'm still
Caleb,
getting in there
if-
early
if-
and leaving
If
late.
they wanted to be open on Sundays, they would just be open on Sundays. I understand that they're not, and I'm not like
No, I
this isn't
know.
like
I'm just saying
I'm not trying
you're
to like start a revolution of like I'm revolting and making Chick-fil-A open on Sundays. Like I think it's really cool that they're not, if Lighthouse, if you could sell a car in the state of Illinois legally on a Sunday, we wouldn't.
yeah.
Like I work for a business that has the same moral values. I think it's really cool. I'm just saying like it was just a thought.
No,
that
I'm
I had.
not hating on the thought. I'm just saying I don't
Like
that
it would, like,
your reasoning behind the late start and the shorter day still allows people to go to church. I think is flawed a little bit because it's not like that.
I mean, I get done in church at Morton at 10:30. I could be there by 11.
Yeah, that's important though. Like every church is.
Do you
different.
think everyone that works at Chick-fil-A lives in Delavan?
No,
and goes to
I'm just-
church 40
Do you think
minutes
everyone
away?
goes to your church?
No, they
like,
probably all go to Summit. They're probably way closer.
I'm just saying it's the whole point.
A lot
is
of them
that
probably
I'm
don't go
still
to church
working on
anyway.
Sunday.
A lot of them probably don't go to church.
Yeah, but that's not the point. I think the whole point of why Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays is because the corporation doesn't want to make their employees not participate in the Sabbath. And just because it's a delayed start and a shorter day, it still takes away from them participating in the Sabbath. I think that's the whole point.
Yeah, no, it is the whole point. You're right.
So like the later start, I don't think makes any difference. You can do from 5 to 8, and it would still be the same issue. Because the Sabbath isn't just church. Like the whole point is just resting. You know.
I know. I get that. Like I understand why they're not open.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like confused by it. Like you're like explaining it to me like I don't understand.
No,
it.
then why are you? I don't know.
Like I said, I'm not.
It's an idea. I know.
I'm not starting a revolt
I know.
and saying everyone needs to ban Chick-fil-A unless they're open on Sundays and they start going against their morals that I share. It was just an idea. I was just trying to workshop like a fun little idea that I had that I thought was kind of cool, and I'll just never do it again.
This is
saying?
gaslighting. This is Brady gaslighting me for.
Well, no, I'm just like you're
No, I
not even
apologize.
like
Good idea.
partaking.
Respect,
You're not even like and I started it by saying that like this is just like a game idea. Like it's just like
No, it's cool.
like it's just a riff.
It's cool.
You hate it. You just told me for 10 minutes that you hate it.
I didn't say hate. I just
Well, you
told
told
you
me
why it would
1,000
never
reasons
work.
why Chick-fil-A isn't open on Sunday, as if I didn't understand them already.
That
Just-
doesn't mean he hates your idea, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I guess I can't comprehend an idea that's like impossible, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't trying to hate on your thing. I apologize. Respect.
I got you, dog. I just in my head how that went was I told you the idea and you're like, "Oh, sick." And you could do this and this and like I even had like how they were going to check if you went to Chick-fil-A like or went to church before you got there. Like there's so many things that I had built into that. And it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. What's that? Is it Exodus?
I don't know what you're
Isn't
trying
that-
to say.
What's the book of the Bible where like nothing matters?
Exodus is a book of the Bible.
I think it's Exodus. And they're like basically the point is nothing matters.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like.
Okay, so one thing that I hate what? You find
I
anything?
looked it up, but I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
Can you
Deuteronomy?
It's not that. It's ECCLES.
It's Exodus.
TES.
It's Exodus.
Ecclesiastes.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
That's it. It's Ecclesiastes for
Yeah,
sure.
that one.
Yeah.
Also, side note, Shipley, dog.
Can you? Did it?
Dog as in good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire.
Bust off like a 50-yard run.
Shipley?
Yeah. Saquon's no longer in the game.
Yeah.
They're
well,
up
why would he be?
48 to 23.
yeah.
Yeah.
goated.
And you guys were just absolutely pooping that I said that they were gonna win by 6.
Yeah. Well, both your legs hit, so 2 for 2.
I know.
On to game 2.
How you doing?
Is it over?
There's
Yeah, it's been
4
over.
minutes left. I mean,
been
yeah,
over
it's
since the
but there's
first
4
quarter.
left.
Yeah. Facts.
It's first and goal for Philly.
Either of you guys ever use the restroom in public, like a stall,
All the
not a
time.
urinal? A stall, not a urinal.
All the time.
Yeah.
Isn't it the worst when the line of the door is even with your body?
Yeah, so you
Sitting-
can look through the gap.
So you just look through and it's just
Hilarious story about
it's
this.
basically
Kid
just
night.
full frontal, like.
So, I was at Target.
Also, never mind.
No, you're good. So, just funny story you talking about.
Yeah,
this. I was
no,
at
go ahead.
Target. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah, and the one in East Peoria is really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But little boy came in with his dad,
Yikes.
and I was in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and little kid's eyeballs just.
Yeah.
I'm
you're
like, howdy.
I'm gonna need you to stop
I'm gonna
looking
need
at
you
me,
to-
please.
I need you to go away.
Yeah.
Not
I
trying
am
to
doing nothing wrong,
catch a case.
but this feels very wrong.
Yeah.
Are you debating whether you're going to say whatever you're going to say?
Nah, just let it rip.
I
Kid night.
stand when I wipe.
Oh.
So,
I think we already knew this.
so bad.
I know. I think we've had that discussion, but that problem, not
In your
not-
scenario?
I'm saying right. That problem, like the problem of it being with me, I've tried to sit and why I can't do it. I just can't do it.
So you're saying the fact of like that people could see you stand up and wipe, like the embarrassment of that?
Well, just if you can see into the stall and I'm standing there.
You've got bigger fish to fry, though, if someone's trying to look into the stall while you're
Well,
standing there.
yeah. I guess I just sit back down.
I just quick stretch. Been here for a while.
I'd probably open the door and be like,
Just like
what are we doing?
I went into the bathroom yesterday, and I went into all the urinals were being used, so I went into the stall, and it like caught me off guard. The stall didn't have a door, but like it was a stall with like, and it just didn't have a door. I was like, wait, where's the door
What's
for
all
this?
he doing?
Yeah. I mean, I just had to take a leak, but like it was just weird. I was
Crazy.
like, caught me off guard.
yeah, no, that's terrible.
What's the point of this even being here?
It's really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate
I'm
that.
in prison right now.
Yeah.
Could you?
What? No.
What?
I
Could you go to the bathroom in prison? Like you would
Well, they're-
eventually, you
they're
would
in your-
have to.
They're
Yeah.
in your.
How uncomfortable would
They're
you be?
in your
They're in
stall
your
with
cell.
you. Like they're
Yeah,
in there with you.
Wide open.
Yeah.
That person right across me in the cell across from me can like we can be
Yeah.
both taking
Yeah.
Play
you're both
mean-
dump
sitting
and
like-
there
just
like,
be eye contact.
Mean game of rock, paper, scissors.
Also like the openness of just like the smell.
yeah, I don't
Crazy.
really care. People poop and it stinks.
Yeah, but
Everybody
just
poops.
yeah, nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying.
I struggle to pee. Like
Pause.
I should get that looked at.
period. No, I struggle to pee if there's not walls in the
And
urinals.
dividers.
I hate that.
Yeah.
It's too stressful.
The urinals that are on the ground.
Have you? Can
Annoying.
Crazy.
All right. Confession time.
Kid.
Good.
Hot seat.
Nope.
Have you guys ever faked a pee and flushed and walked away, and then had to circle back and come back and pee when there's not anyone there?
I have.
Have you?
I literally just did
Camera
this like
number 4?
last month. Mike's
You have
lying.
never had to do
Mike
that?
is
Why
lying.
would I have to?
It's called stage fright.
Nope.
You've never gotten stage fright?
No. If I have to pee, I'm gonna pee.
Oh, to be Mike.
Yeah, what?
What a legend.
Why? I mean,
This literally happened to me on my way home from Christmas at a rest area. Went into the bathroom. It was like urinal, 2 stalls. Went in, urinal being used, stalls being used, 1 open urinal. I was like, well, screw it. And I had to go bad. Like, this is one of those,
Yeah.
like, I can't hold in much longer.
Like you went to a rest area to
to
pee.
pee. Yeah, like it wasn't like, yeah. So I'll go in there. I'm at the urinal. I'm sitting there and then there's people waiting on me. That's the worst part.
Uh-huh.
And I just couldn't pee. So then I faked, went and washed my hands. Washed
Yeah.
my hands for a minute. Everyone cleared out, went back to the urinal.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I'm just gonna go pee.
If there's people in there, like, let's say there's 3 urinals and the only one that's left is the middle one, I'm saying checkmate and walking in the stall.
Yeah, you've said that.
Yeah. Like,
But I couldn't
That's
even
the
use a
appropriate
stall.
response,
I couldn't
though.
even use a stall.
yeah.
Also, every urinal should have a TV above it. I think that would help
a
with
nice
stage fright.
distraction.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Shout out
Like
B-dubs.
beat-ups.
Yeah.
It's nice. And you're just, and you know, like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fire.
Well, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I like that. Be kind of expensive.
Yeah.
For Menards, but I mean, Walmart doesn't even have toilets that work, let alone.
Facts. Facts. I just try to avoid public bathrooms, just all in general, like as much as possible.
Yeah,
Tired?
Yeah.
Can I say it is so nice that like I can already tell the difference that like the sun is staying up longer than
Yeah.
it used to. Like
I'm
I'm
sitting at my desk at 4:30 and it's not pitch black outside.
yeah, like I'm driving
Yeah.
home and the sun like is setting and it's like pretty much gone, but like
Yeah.
there's still the sun.
Right.
Like clutch.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for it
That-
to still be light out at like
Like-
8:30.
They need to get rid of that.
What?
The daylight savings time or whatever. It's
Well,
so
then it would-
stupid.
It doesn't really solve the problem though.
Yeah, it doesn't because it would still just be
Like-
5:30 and it would sun would still be down.
It's either going to be like
I think
You
the
wake-
whole point is for the
you wake
workers
up-
in the morning, isn't
yeah,
it?
you wake up and
for
go to
those who wake
work
in the morning.
Yeah.
and it's yeah. So you would just wake up and it would be
It'd make me feel better.
It is nice getting up and the sun's up.
that's what, like Maddie.
It's just it's a stupid thing to have.
It also
I think we're also one of the only countries that still has it.
really.
A lot of places have gotten rid of it. They've talked about it. They just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Sweden, like, or somewhere, Iceland maybe, like they don't even see nighttime. Like I'm pretty sure it's like day for like 20 of the 24 hours or something like that.
That'd be clutch.
Or Alaska, something like that.
Well, no, Alaska's got the month where it's just pitch black.
Really? That
Mhm.
would suck. I bet
You got a
depression's
month of
really high.
daylight and then a
Yeah,
month
that
of...
and what's
Also-
associated
Right.
with
Yeah.
that.
It's also there's a full month of it, the sun not going down.
I would rather that for sure. What are those
Live a full
what are
month
those
in
curtains
darkness.
called? Blackout curtains?
Mm-hmm.
No. Full month
I
of
know.
light.
But that is, but your trade-off with that is a full month of darkness.
Oh yeah. That would suck.
It's from mid-November to mid-January.
Is what?
The month of darkness.
That-
I
That's
cannot
more than a
pronounce that
month.
down. Yeah,
Multiple months.
It's called polar night.
Look at the population of that because I bet it's like
Dwindling every year, it goes down
Alaska, there's some places in Alaska that pay you to live there.
to not end it all. Like
goodness.
seasonal depression there has to be insane.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like
No, that's what I was saying about the nighttime. Or
like
the-
Maddie wakes up and it's pitch black because she like
Sleeps
the
during
last
the day.
couple months. Yeah, she sleeps during the day, wakes up at night, works through the night, comes home, it's still dark in the morning when she comes home, and then sleeps during the day. So she's inside all day. So she just doesn't see light. It's terrible.
Awful.
5,000 people in that city in 2020.
And it's
12?
down to like
12th most populated
1,200.
city in Alaska.
that was crazy.
What honestly, I don't know if what would be worse about living there, if the darkness for however long or the freezing cold temperatures. I don't know which one's worse. They probably go together. Like the fact that
The older that I get, the less I don't know if I've ever actually liked or not liked the cold. Like I like the cold.
I hate
last week was awful.
If it
Was
was
it last week when it was
if
like
it was
negatives? No, it
always
was this week.
If it was always 70 plus here, I wouldn't like that.
No, I'd love it.
Oh, that'd be heaven.
That'd be a
that'd
dream.
heaven.
That'd be heaven.
I would be fine
70 is
with
like
winter.
the perfect temperature, I think.
Yeah.
Right, but
I
then
would-
they would also have to be like 100 during the summer.
You just said 70 all
You
the
just
right
said
around.
70 year round.
No, I said if it was 70 plus year round. So 70 would be the low, plus would be the high.
Well, it's like
Nailed it.
Yeah.
in Africa on the
Fucking head
equator,
rears.
it's like 85 consistent year round.
Fire.
Why don't you move there?
That's a little warm, actually. That's a little warm.
Where did you say?
Equator, Africa. Honestly, probably the equator anywhere. It's probably going to be the same thing.
What's that
I'm
phase
just-
4, Mike? You don't want to move
I
to
don't buy
Africa?
that. Because every time you move, when you get closer, when you get closer to the equator, it gets hotter.
Yeah.
So I don't buy
It
that
doesn't
it's
get as cold
85
in the-
year-round.
Yeah, but when
winter.
me and Caleb have both been to Africa in what is it, July, and it's like 80 degrees there.
Also,
Yeah.
this might be
I was wrong.
this
You're
might
right.
not
I
be
didn't buy it,
true.
but you were right.
Are we the only country that has 4 seasons?
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No, that's a real question.
Real question.
No, it is. Like China doesn't have a winter. Well, China's probably a bad example. Africa doesn't have a winter. I'm pretty
They
sure
have
they
a
have a
dry
rain
season
season
and
and
a-
a dry season.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. You haven't even been out of the United States.
Yes, I have. What? I've been out of the United States more than you
Singapore.
have. I've been to more countries than you.
Mm-mm.
Do you want
How
the
many have you
list?
been to?
A lot.
How many?
A lot.
Tell me. Give me a number.
Like, what is counted as being there? Because I have, like,
That's
why are you crying right now?
I yawned.
Like, I would think Brock has been more to countries than you have. If we're considering, like, me going to Uganda, I've stopped at probably 6 different countries in that trip.
Okay.
Me going to Albania, probably another 4 or 5. Like, me in an airport, I'm in Austria.
I
And
don't
then
count
Belgium.
that.
That would be, I'm in a different country. Counts as my stamp on my
Nah,
passport.
I would say for it to count, but like you have to like do something in that country.
Yeah, just hanging
a
out the
piss in the
airport's
airport.
not.
No, not
That's
that was
stupid.
chilling in the airport.
I would say that counts as being in a different country, though, to be honest with you.
I was in the Dallas airport for 4 hours. I've never been to Dallas.
I would say that counts as being in Dallas.
That's stupid.
No, because you don't do anything that's in Dallas. Like
So if
You don't experience
you have to
Dallas.
experience. Yeah, you have to experience.
but you were
where
in
you're at.
Dallas, yes or no?
I'm.
Lots of countries
Physically
have 4
there,
seasons, by the way.
So that airport's not
I didn't
actually in Dallas.
experience any of it. So I wouldn't say. I wouldn't. That'd be like.
You do experience it though, to an extent.
That would be the
Austria's
same. That'd be the same
airport.
as if-
Austria's airport is way different than an American airport. So that because it's like how that country is. So that like the environment of that airport, like Brock, you've been
Yeah,
across the freaking
you hanging out
world.
with the 60 people that just got off your plane, all sitting from the same area that you just came from,
It's not how that airport works.
buddy. You're not just walking
I would
around
count that as
meeting and
different
greeting
countries.
people from other countries. You're not just like. Don't.
What? How many countries have you been to?
Like been like interact like actually gone out of the airport.
Singapore, Mexico,
Indonesia.
in okay, 3.
Solid.
Not more than me.
How many have you been in?
Albania, Uganda, Ethiopia, right? Where did we fly into that one time?
Amsterdam.
No, but we were actually there and we drove into the next one. No, we
I still don't even.
That counts as being in a country. My passport would be stamped. I think it's either Ethiopia or
I
Tanzania
don't
or
care
something.
about your passport being stamped.
That means I was there, was it not?
Did
yeah.
you leave the airport?
Yes, we drove from. Our airport landed.
Did
Like
you
our
do
plane landed
anything
in
in
the
the
airport
city?
in.
Did you do
Rwanda,
anything
I
in the
think,
area?
actually. What?
You, like, go out to eat, like, experience anything there?
I don't think that counts as like that.
I
should
would
not have
say
to count.
so.
No.
When we drove back to the airport, we stopped somewhere and ate.
Different
You just
country.
asked if we stopped and ate.
I know.
I think flying, like I think that counts as being in a different country.
Okay, well then, I guess it's still not as many as you. I don't do connecting flights, I guess. I don't know, man.
One flight kind of guy.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
I don't know.
We're going off of airports. The coolest one I've been to is Dubai. We
Yeah,
stayed at
Dubai's
We went
crazy.
to Dubai.
Yeah, that's
That's
where we went
sick.
our second time we went to Africa.
Isn't it also weird the way planes travel? Like Dubai is way past Uganda. Like Dubai is like not India, but it's like what is that? Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's past Uganda. So why are you going past Uganda to then go back? Isn't that weird? Like all plane flights are like that.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm trying to go to, this is not right because I'm pretty sure you can just go from Chicago to Atlanta. But like say I'm trying to go to Atlanta, I'm gonna go to Chicago to Dallas and then to Atlanta. Like I'm going further west and then back east. You know, isn't
Yeah.
that so weird? Like,
Well, a lot of people will get, like, if all you're taking is a carry-on, if it's cheaper to fly from, I'll use your example, if it's cheaper to fly from Chicago to Atlanta with a stop in Dallas, they'll just not get on the next plane. Like if they're going to Dallas, but it's cheaper to have a stop in there, but the destination somewhere else, they'll just get off and
Yeah.
leave.
there's no way that's cheaper though.
mean,
But I get what you're saying.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure
It
there's
could be.
scenarios like
why
that.
couldn't it be?
Because you're paying for the
You're not.
cost of the Dallas to Atlanta flight.
You're not. No, you're not
Yeah.
paying. If you have a connection, you're not paying
The,
extra to go somewhere else.
The point of the pricing is that pay
It's
for
cheaper
something.
because you're not flying directly to wherever you want to go. 100%. It's cheaper because you're not flying point A to point B. You're flying A to B to C. They wouldn't charge you extra and give you a worse service.
I'm just saying.
No one wants to stop somewhere else. So there's no way that they're charging. You would just go, oh, okay, I'll pay less and not make the extra stop in a place I don't want to go.
No, I'm saying like
Tell me.
I'm trying to think of how to word it. Mike's freezing, bro. He's over here like your flight, the point of the flight is you like flights or anything you do is expenses, right? So like there's an expense to whatever you do. Like you can't, that's why flights are not free, right? Because there's gas and stuff involved. Just hear me out. Like,
Sure. Yep.
so if I'm taking 2 flights, right? That's 2 different planes, 2 different amounts of gas, 2 different things, right?
Yeah, honestly, you're really onto something. You should just not do a connecting flight then. That would be way cheaper. Just go to the one place that you want to go.
That's what
Those flights are usually more expensive.
What? Isn't that what I was just explaining to him?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Are you
I'm
paying
just
attention?
saying. I'm just saying.
Mike,
It's in the game.
what are you doing?
Is it not over?
No, it is. I was watching the
I get what you're saying. Yes, direct flights because
there's no
of the
way,
ease
There's
of
no
it.
way that people would pay more to do extra steps.
I'm just saying. I think you feel like I feel like I'm losing more money by not getting on another flight. When
What?
I paid for 2 flights,
You're not.
I'm paying for 2 flights. If I'm trying to go
You're
to
paying to get somewhere. You're paying
Paying 2
less
flights,
because they're
though.
not making you go. Like they're making you take an extra step.
yeah, but it's still 2 flights, 2 different planes. I'm saying I feel like you are losing money because you're technically paying for that second flight Is it cheaper than going directly there? Probably, yeah. But I'm saying you're still losing money.
The airline's losing money.
No,
by,
you're losing money.
I don't know, man. I'm
let me just explain this. I'm not
kidding. I hate when I sound like I'm being mean to you, but I'm like, if I was your Uber driver and I was like, hey man, I can take you from here to Pekin and it's $20, or I'll charge you $30 and I'll stop in Bloomington on the way. It makes no sense.
No, I'm saying my whole argument, I guess, of this is I'm saying I feel like you're losing money by not getting on that second flight. Not that you're this example, just let me talk. This example of I'm trying to get my end destination.
I see what you're saying.
I'm trying to get to Dallas, right?
Right.
To get from Chicago to Dallas, it's $300 just directly there. Okay? Instead, I could take a flight that gets from Chicago to Atlanta as the flight, but there's a layover in Dallas for $200, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I just get off in Dallas and don't even get on my flight in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
you
saying
saved $100.
yes. Overall, instead of just going straight there, yes, you're saving money because direct flights are more expensive because of the point of why would I want to make an extra stop? It's the ease of not having to get off the plane, get back onto another one. But I'm saying because I didn't get on the flight from Dallas to Atlanta, even though I wasn't trying to get to Atlanta, I feel like I still lost money in my head because my ticket is still paying for that flight in a way. You know what I'm trying to say? You saved the $100 because of the direct flight thing, which yes, but I'm saying in my mind, I would feel like I'm still losing money because I only took half the trip of what I paid for, is basically what I'm trying to say. Does that not make sense?
But why would you choose to not get on the plane?
Because he said that I'm trying to just be in Dallas. The whole point was, if I'm trying to get to Chicago to Dallas.
Listen to me. Now that you're not paying attention to the game, listen to me. So, you could fly from Chicago to Dallas, okay, for $300.
Right, yeah.
Or you found that there's a connecting flight in Dallas on a plane from Chicago to Atlanta, okay? And that's only $200 because they're saying it's cheaper because you have to go to Dallas.
Right.
You have to go out of your way,
Yes,
right?
there's a connection, so yes.
So when you get to Dallas, you just don't get on the next plane.
Yeah.
So you did the same flight from Chicago to Dallas that you were going to do anyway
For $100 cheaper.
for $100 cheaper.
Right.
But I'm saying
He's saying then you're losing money
I would
because
feel like
you
I'm losing
paid
money.
for a trip you're not taking. You weren't going to take it anyway.
But you're not losing money.
But I paid for it still, though, is what I'm saying.
But you still
Give it
saved
to someone else,
$100.
I guess.
That'd be illegal.
You still saved $100.
You
So you're not
I understand I
losing money.
saved money. I saved $100 because of the I cheated the system in a way of I'm not going to take this flight to Atlanta. But I'm saying because I didn't take this flight from Dallas to Atlanta, this half of the trip, I feel like I lost money because I
I'm
didn't
not-
take half the trip.
dude, I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of the dumber takes that you had.
I'm not.
I feel like
I understand that I literally saved money. I saved $100. Like in this example, I saved $100. But I'm saying mentally, I would feel like I still lost money in paying my $200 because I didn't take the full trip.
I'll tell you this. On our way home from Cancun, we had a 6-hour layover on a flight from Chicago to Peoria. And we knew about it before we took off from Cancun. Okay? So we called Maddie's friend who was waiting for us in Chicago, and we got home before
Sooner than the plane did.
the plane even took off from Chicago.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay? I felt great. Like, I didn't feel like I missed out on a 45-minute plane ride at all. Like I felt like I really got the best end of the deal.
No,
I just don't understand how you're like what the mindset of like, man, what could have happened?
It's just
if I
the
would've
fact
got
that
there?
it's just the idea of I paid full price for something and I only got half of it. And whether it doesn't matter if there's another deal out there that will get me the same result for more money. Like the Chicago to Dallas was more money, so I still saved money. I'm just saying, in my head, I feel like I missed out on something because I paid full price for something and only took half of it. And in the plane situation, like no one wants to fly more than they have to, right? Or pay more than they have to. Flights are stupid expensive sometimes. But I'm just saying, like, the idea of I paid for 2 flights and only used one, just like, to me, that feels like, I don't know. I understand that I did save $100, and it was the better call of the two, by far. Like, it makes 100% sense. But it just, like, to me, I feel like then I just wasted, like, I don't know. I get what you're saying, and I completely agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, my thing of it. Like, I would do the skip the flight to Atlanta because I'm trying to be in Dallas, and that's where I'm at. I don't know.
Why did we argue then?
I was just trying to explain that I would feel like I missed out on something. I wasted money somehow. Because I paid for a full experience and I only used half of it. Even though I got the same goal out of it. Does that not make sense? That
I mean,
in general? Like I understand I physically saved $100.
You? Yes. Doesn't make sense economically, no. What? Like, why do you care? Like you were only trying to accomplish a goal, and your goal was to get to Dallas, and you did that for $100 less.
I don't know.
I understand that you're saying you're paying for something you're not using, but you didn't want to use it anyway.
Yeah, but I still
like
paid
if I
for
told
it.
you. Okay, if I told you that you could buy a men's basketball for $40, or you could buy a women's basketball and get a men's basketball for free for $30.
Yeah, I feel like I just wasted. Why did I bought the women's ball for no reason. Why doesn't that make sense? I understand I saved $10 and I got what I wanted, but like I feel like I just bought a women's ball for no reason.
You can give it away?
I guess.
What? I mean, it's just like it's a better deal. Like it's just. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. But I don't know.
All right.
Whatever.
We got like a draft or something.
Did y'all think of something?
Camera 4. Camera 4. No, camera 4 right now.
He's
Do
so
it.
Stupid.
Look,
He's so stupid.
the one on the right, that's Mike. The one on the left, that's Brock. We asked them to find something for us to draft. Mike fully believed that Brock would do it. Brock fully believed that Mike would do it, and now we're sitting here with nothing to draft.
Hey, I've been focusing on cameras this whole time.
I know you have.
That's teamwork.
You know what? I'll let it slide. I'm just not getting the IV.
No, you are.
Nope.
Gosh.
Not.
I'm not getting an IV.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're doing well
So
on me,
for
but
people
you
that are unaware, we talked about Brady's lack of enjoyment from getting an IV.
Lack of enjoyment's crazy. That's
No, I'm
nuts.
just saying. Not that anyone enjoys getting an IV.
Oh, you enjoy spending an extra $100.
Okay. But Mike
I lack of enjoy spending an extra $100.
Mike gets is certified in things that we're not certified in, medical things, and he has an entire kit, an IV kit, and he was gonna give Brady an IV on the podcast. 3 of us are all for it. One of us is highly against it. One of
No
us was
shit.
getting
the trade-off being that I'm going to let
Oh, yeah.
Brady, who
yeah, that
has
which is
never done
crazy. I
one,
think that would be the best part to see.
who has never
I think
done one,
that.
has zero
Would you do it if
clue.
you get to do it on him first?
I'll let you do it first.
The
Or
problem,
are you going to pass out poking me,
maybe.
Probably.
the guy who's been poked with over 1,000 needles in his life?
I bet he
Maybe.
goes. I bet he goes 1 for 1.
Which
I
one?
bet this is gonna be the best IV experience you've ever had.
I've only had one, and it was terrible.
Exactly.
Percent, yeah. So we can only go up.
The bar was not set very high for Mike. Anyways, we think it would be awesome to see on the podcast.
I just
and
don't know what even happens.
What do you mean?
It's just water.
So, okay,
It's probably
so I put-
better for
not
you.
water.
I put
The IV is
saline.
water.
Mike,
It's
you-
saline.
you
So listen,
can't-
just listen. I put a rubber band, which is called a tourniquet, around your arm. Okay, it slows down blood flow, so it makes your vein pop more, so it's easier for me to see. Okay, I clean off your skin with an alcohol wipe. There's no germs.
I understand that
Yep.
part.
And I poke you with a needle
Yep.
and put a plastic tube in your vein and retract the needle. So there's only a needle in your arm for 10 seconds. That's it.
And then what?
Nothing.
You have an IV. To where if you were sick and dying,
wh-
I could give you medicine.
Cool.
or
And where does
saline.
that get us?
It gives
The
me
point
practice.
is, it's great content.
Yeah, and it gives me practice.
And you'll get one?
I'll do one on Caleb too if he lets me. The whole pod can get an
Okay.
IV.
So Caleb gets one if you let him, and I get one
Because he's not
unconsensually.
terrified of needles
I'm
to
gonna
the
get-
point he might pass out.
I'm not going to pass out. I'm going to drop
Buddy,
kick you
we were
in
talking
the
about it.
testicles.
No, you can't do that if you're passed out.
You probably passed out just thinking about it.
Yeah, you had to sit down and take a drink of your Starry.
Do you want me to go first?
You would get one?
I don't know. If it meant that you'd get one, I'd get one.
I just don't even think the content would be as good as everyone's thinking.
Oh, I think it's gonna be.
It would be hilarious for you, for us to watch you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I don't think that I would freak out as much as you're thinking. Like I'm
And why
just
are you
going
worried about it right now? then?
because it makes me super uncomfortable, and I think the whole experience would just be me being uncomfortable. Like I don't
point of
even
the
think it'd be
content.
like,
hilarious.
yeah, I don't think it'd be like,
for the
haha.
listeners, it would be awful. Which is why you need to go watch the YouTube.
Yeah, watch the YouTube. We got 4 cameras now.
Go on YouTube. You can watch us do an IV on Brady.
I would do it. I will do it if we set a goal to get somewhere and we can get to that goal. I will let Michael on camera give me an IV.
100 subscribers on YouTube?
What are we at?
30. That's 70.
I will make 70 different YouTube accounts.
150 and I'll do it.
150.
150 subs and I will let Michael give me an IV. When I'm telling you that there's pretty much nothing that makes me more uncomfortable than what he wants to do to me. Like,
I'll let you do one on me now. With the 30 subscribers.
I think that would be hilarious.
that makes me just as uncomfortable. Honestly, that's
I have-
way more scary.
Yeah.
For
me.
Mike.
Not for you.
We need to sign a waiver for this.
It's not that I don't trust you. It's like
Then let me do it.
I don't want to. You guys find something for us to
120.
draft
120.
35. If the only hang up is you strictly just not wanting to do it, just get over it. Because if that's your only hang
Do you
up,
want this
if that's your only
podcast to
hang
grow
up-
or what, Brady?
Yeah.
How
'Cause
dedicated
in
are you?
70 YouTube subscribers, you're going to feel the exact same way. That's not going to change.
No, it's not going to change at all.
Right. So
It
let's
will
do
never
now.
change. I could say it's 1,000,000. I'm not going to change.
Just do it now then.
No.
Oh.
Why can't okay. If the people that want if you listen to the podcast and you want to watch me do something like this that makes me super duper uncomfortable, Okay. How about you tell 5 of your closest friends to follow the freaking podcast?
Okay.
And then you get to watch me do it.
How much did
Can
you
I-
say?
Counter offer.
Camera number 4.
Counter offer. You can pick anybody in your phone to call and ask. It's up to them.
What?
Pick anybody.
If they say
your
yes,
phone
then
to
it
call
happens. If
and
they
say,
say
"Hey."
no,
This is what we're going to do. You are the deciding person. Whatever you say is what we're going to do. You cannot persuade them
you get to choose the
to say
person
no.
you call.
You can choose the person you call. If they say yes, we do it. If they say no, we wait until we get.
I don't
100.
think I don't think you want that.
Why?
Because you don't want that.
Who would you call?
You call
My
your
mom.
mom. Yeah, I knew it. Okay.
Yeah. There's no shot.
Okay. Anybody other than your mom?
My dad would probably say no. He'd probably say I shouldn't.
It's not
I
a
don't know
no.
if he'd say no.
And you can't persuade them to say yes or no.
What you want?
Root beer.
And if whoever you call says no, we wait until 100 or 150 subscribers.
It's just
150 subscribers on YouTube. Brady's gonna get an IV in his arm.
I'll do 100.
100 subscribers. All right, get us to 100. Tell your friends. They don't even need to watch the podcast. Just subscribe.
Just go subscribe.
I'm honestly, the more that we talk about it, the more courage I'm getting, and I'm almost
'Cause you're
getting
pissed off.
I'm almost getting mad at it, and I almost just want it to happen. Like I almost just
Get it
want
over
to do
with.
it.
Yeah.
Where would you put it? Here.
Right here.
Up here. Here.
In the bend of your arm. Your AC joint. Just kidding. It's not your AC joint.
Makes me
It's your
s-
antecubital.
Yeah.
Your AC
Well,
joint.
don't do it if you don't want to. But if
Nah,
you
do
said
it if you don't want to.
if you agree to if you agree to 100 subscribers right now, you can't back out on that. I'm not saying you have to agree. I'm just saying.
Like I would. I mean, he has the stuff. Like I would almost just do it. We'll make a game time decision once the podcast ends,
Why do we have to wait till the podcast ends?
because I need however much more time to think about it. And
So
it's
draft?
not like we're doing it on. We're not going to record it.
No, we
The
do it on the
same way.
podcast.
Yeah, the audio listeners would hate that. We would just make
Go
a separate
subscribe
clip
to
out of
YouTube.
it.
You know what we do need to try?
We should make it a Patreon.
Facts. We also need to try what are they called, like the
Would you
pregnancy
let
test
me
things?
give you one?
No,
Pregnancy test?
I would not let you. Like the cramp things.
Oh, I was like,
That's,
you
I'm
want
pretty
me-
sure that's what it's called, isn't it?
It's like a simulator.
Yeah, pregnancy simulator thing. Pregnancy test
Like, you
was
want
the
me to
wrong
pee
word.
on
I
a
didn't think.
stick?
I
It's
didn't,
gonna pop.
I think about that.
Negative.
A pregnancy
all
simulator.
4 of us pee on a stick and one of them comes back positive. We're like, what?
No, simulator is what I meant. That would be funny to do.
Who do you think would do better?
Pain wise, me.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
If we could do it at the same time, I think I could hold my own.
Anybody have one? How,
Did
I don't
Brock
even
and I
know.
get
Can
to
someone look
control
him up? Look it up.
The level of.
Yeah, as
Pain
long as
we're
Brock is
inflicting
doing
on
mine
you?
and not yours. Not you.
I wouldn't
we
do
do
that.
each other.
No, because that's gonna. No, that'd be a
Okay,
terrible idea.
chill.
Because
You're
one
like,
of you's gonna get
you're
hurt
like
real
2
bad,
and
you
I'm like
pop it.
10.
No, we take turns.
button does.
Put an 80 on them.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Who
That's
Terrible
impressive.
idea.
who has one of those?
I
You'd
don't
have to
know.
like buy it.
Look it up. I'm sure it is something to buy. I think I'd last. I think I'd be able to go higher than you would on however the thing works. Levels or scale or something.
I'll just get it.
I mean, I've passed a kidney stone.
It's
so,
just a TENS unit, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
which the guy I work with has one. I could just get his.
Actually, I think my parents have one.
Did you ever pass a kidney stone? Yeah, you're screwed. I'm winning.
I drink a lot of water.
Clean kidneys.
Yep.
Yep.
We are going to draft toys.
From our childhood.
Toys from our childhood. So, first pick in the toy draft. I'm going Nerf guns. It's Nerf or nothing. I don't know where I would be today without Nerf guns. I wouldn't be half the marksman that I am. And I just don't feel like I'd properly be able to protect my house without what Nerf has taught me over the years.
Okay.
Nerf, please sponsor us. Dude, what if we had our own mini hoops? Our own Nerf mini hoops? That'd be so tough.
That would be sick.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Legos.
That's a good one.
Creativity, man.
Mm-hmm.
Things you
Great
can do with
pick.
Legos. Yeah, Legos. That was the only one I had in my mind. So
I think I'm gonna go with just the old-fashioned Razor scooter.
Nice.
That's a heater.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I think I'm gonna have to go with like a drum set.
Ooh, okay.
You always felt like a real
That's
rock
cool.
star back
That's
there.
cool. Do not even tell me for a second. If you got,
I don't know
bro,
what
you
it-
hopped on. You never hopped on anybody's drums as a kid.
it's a crazy toy. I feel like, but
I mean, toy is kind of subjective. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say like a Razor scooter is like a
no, I understand
toy.
it. Yeah,
But, like-
I've never.
No, but
What-
that's miles logged in.
No,
on my,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a like. It's
got
more. That's what we're going for.
No,
more
no,
so
yeah,
than
yeah.
like an actual. Not like.
Yeah,
true toy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
All right,
You get to go again,
Rock,
bro.
you get to go
And
again.
then for my second pick, I'm gonna take Tonka trucks.
Nice.
Ooh,
What's a
yeah.
Tonka truck?
What?
You never had a Tonka truck, like the big Tonka? I don't know, man. You missed out, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't help you.
I think I'm gonna go Guitar Hero. Does that count?
Now is that a toy or a video game?
It seems more like a console.
All right.
Like you're not playing Guitar Hero without a console.
All right.
Sorry to veto.
No, that's fine.
That did come to my mind when he said drums
That's-
set
yeah.
though. Guitar Hero.
Man,
is
I would
on
let
my
you say
mind.
guitar if you
Nah.
wanted to just say guitar.
No, I think I'm gonna lock in Hot Wheels at number 2.
Dang it.
Dude, you remember the Brock and Brody? You guys both remember this? That little Hot Wheel shooter I had. You put 2 cars in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd shoot it, and we'd like see which one went the farthest, and we'd
Uh-huh.
like do a bracket out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
That was fun.
See, but that, like, we went crazy with that, and we did the same thing with wood chips down the road. Like,
Gas.
yeah.
Alright. So my turn now. I'm gonna go with one that we would know well, the 3 of us probably. And honestly, most of my memories are with Brady in this, but plasma cars. Remember those things?
Yeah.
We used to whip down the hill with that,
Yeah, we tied it
and
behind
we tied
the
it behind a
bike.
bike, and would like whip each other around on that thing.
Yeah, dude,
What were we thinking?
we had you going down a hill, basically crouched in a ball, in something that you couldn't steer because it was going too fast.
no brakes,
Probably going 20,
maybe faster.
maybe faster.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nuts.
plasma cars though.
I'm gonna take because of the amount of time that I have spent on said item. I am taking the skill over the basket mini hoop. I mean,
That's
think
a
about
great-
how
that's
many
a great
how
toy.
many buckets we put up at your house.
Yeah, that's a great. I didn't even like my head wasn't even going that direction.
With the third pick of my draft, I'm going with an RC car.
Good pick.
Kind of broad, but
Good pick. I
I'm
had
going
one
RC
in my
car.
head right
I mean,
before.
spent a lot of time whipping around a lot of different vehicles. I remember one time I got this this Corvette like for my birthday, and like super sick. It was like pretty quick. I was probably 12, so I could handle a little bit quicker one, you know. And driving it around, and I'm driving it in the driveway, and somebody just pulled in the driveway to like turn around.
No.
And like I had no idea that they were gonna pull in at all, and it was just down there, and I couldn't get it out of the way enough. So I'm talking like a couple days after my birthday, and pulled in, literally flattened it, and then pulled out and drove away. Like, I didn't even know who it was. And then I had to walk it in to my parents and be like, I'm so sorry. And then they thought I was driving it in the road, and I wasn't. And
So
I
you didn't get
I
another
didn't
one?
get another one because I wasn't responsible enough with that one.
Go look at the shrapnel in the
Dang.
driveway.
Right, yeah. I'm like,
That's tough.
they left tire marks. Look at it.
For my third pick, I'm gonna go with wiffle ball, like as a whole, like
Dude,
the game.
you ever
wiffle
play
ball, does that
blitz
count?
ball?
Blitz ball.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
I think that counts as a wiffle ball.
Yeah, I'd say
But
it's
yeah.
the same.
I think for was it my third? Yeah. The Nerf whistle football.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I
It's
think
really solid.
I'm gonna have to go with like an erector set.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
What's in that? What's an erector
Well,
set?
Talking the metal one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And you
just-
could even get them with like little motors too. And
yeah.
You could like
It's basically metal Legos, but instead of blocks, they're
you have like the
Like have
nuts
holes in
bolts
them
and
stuff?
everything.
nuts and bolts,
Oh.
and you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
I'm
Always became
picturing
that.
it now.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got
That's
you.
a fire pick.
I got
I
you.
like that.
I don't think we ever actually really did anything with this, but just having them gave you clout. Those Bakugans, little balls.
Yeah.
That turned
no, I mess
into-
with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Magnetic balls. Yeah.
Yep.
For my fourth, I'm gonna go with a Bop It.
Ooh, that's a cool pick.
All right. I got one. I might have to go with a fidget spinner. Does that count as a toy?
Yeah, 100%.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. It's a great toy.
What?
Hours of enjoyment.
Yeah, for the
You play with a fidget spinner more than like. I don't want to give you. Okay.
can I repick?
How you typed it?
No.
I don't know. I just can't think of anything.
You can't think of any toys, board games, anything, bro.
Slinky.
Man. Did you grow up at the
Yo-yo?
same? Did you grow up at the same time my dad did?
No, I'm just thinking of toys. Bro.
Toys weren't invented yet.
Beyblades. You remember those things?
I mean,
Those were tough.
something. So I'm gonna go just off of how many times I asked my parents to buy me said item, and I know I'm going back to back RC, but give me like an RC helicopter. Just one big enough that I can fly it around the room a few times, crash it into the wall, and never use it again.
Always how that went.
Just something about it, man. Just something about just piloting, a little 8-inch helicopter directly into a door frame that
Destroyed.
it just moves a needle for me, And then with my last pick, so I'm struggling here because it's tough to say this is a toy, but also like if you want to veto this, I guess that's fine. But I do feel like it is in line with what somebody else has said. But give me a bicycle. I feel like that and a scooter are the same. Like that's on the same level of
Yeah.
like I mean I got one for Christmas the same way that I would get a toy. Like the amount of hours I've spent on bikes, bro. I used to ride my bike out to Chuck's house. That's a good I used to ride my Haro BMX bike with no seat. I mean, it had a seat, but not one that you could sit and pedal at the same time. Out to try. How many miles is that?
I don't know. 3 or 4.
Gotta be at least. I used to put miles in on the bike, bro.
Yeah.
And then I got my license and
Put miles in my car now.
yeah.
You're done, right? That was 2.
Yep.
My last one. I'm gonna go with like a, I guess like a water gun or a super soaker.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if water gun is specific enough,
No, that's
or
good.
if, even if I don't even know if super soaker's specific enough. But
Whatever.
I'm stuck between Pokemon cards and then the tech deck little skateboards.
Shouldn't be hard.
I think I'm going tech deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct answer.
Pokemon cards. I had a lot.
Pokemon
of
cards are fire.
Yeah, but those. Yeah, the tech deck.
I still don't really understand how to play the game that much. There's too much.
Oh, I never
going
played
on.
it. I just had.
I had
Collected.
cards
Yeah.
too. Parker would know.
Parker would know.
Shut
I have a funny story about Pokemon cards after we're done.
P-Town bug.
I think I'm going to do this one solely for the commercial. Fushigi.
What?
That's crazy.
What? You don't remember that? You
No.
didn't get to watch TV growing up.
What'd he say?
The Fushigi?
No.
It was like a little
It's like
glass
It
ball.
was like
that,
a glass ball and a different ball full
Inside.
of water with a weight in it. And basically you moved it around and it looked like it wasn't moving. And then that's it.
They made it look
So
so
cool.
cool on TV, and then you got it back
Yeah.
home,
And you could do
and
it.
you
Dude,
played
do you
with it,
remember-
and you were like, "This
do you-
is stupid."
Do you remember those like
Oh.
blimps? They used to be like a big fish.
Yeah,
And it was
I
like
had a-
RC that you like could
Mhm.
fly around. Kind of lit.
What's up with you and RC?
Mike, run us back on who got what where.
So I'm gonna start with Caleb just because that's whose name I typed first. Number 1, he had Legos, 2 plasma cars, 3 wiffle ball, 4 fidget spinner, 5 water guns.
Dude, Ripstick. Those are cool.
Mm.
I still
I
can't.
did not like.
I still can. I have so many that are like.
Brady, you had Nerf guns 1, mini basketball hoop 2, RC car 3, RC helicopter 4, bicycle 5. Brock, drum set 1, 2 Tonka trucks, 3 erector set, 4 Bakugan, 5 Fushigi. And I had 1 Razor scooter, 2 Hot Wheels, 3 the Nerf, I think it was a Vortex, the whistle ball,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then 4 Bop It, 5 Tech Deck.
Some picks for you. What are you looking at me for?
Nothing.
I suck at drafting.
You do not suck at drafting.
I lost the last one. Bad.
Yeah. Well, but your problem is that it's
I'm not trying
opinionated.
to get no. Yeah, I'm not trying to get no. I'm not trying to get no pity. I'm just saying I suck at.
I mean, I don't think you suck. You're just the worst one, like on the podcast.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that statement, for sure.
No, Charlie craps on plenty of mine, so clearly I'm not good either.
Poll will be out sometime this week. We put one out last week.
I'll try and put it out Monday.
Yeah. I'd maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Give some more people some listens. You know.
Oh, true.
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Poll will be out on the Instagram story for those who want to go vote and choose your winner. Brock won last week's draft, the serial draft, by quite a bit, I believe, and
Job,
then it was
Brock.
Brady, and then it was me. So
Job, Mike.
appreciate those. Appreciate those that voted. Please do so again whenever the next one's out. And I think I was talking to Brady about this. We're gonna try to figure something out. I think we're gonna try to do something for the winner or loser, something they have to wear or do or something.
Yeah, even if it was just like
Next
for
episode.
the draft. Just
Yeah,
like,
for that draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, something they
like a
have to
hat
wear
that
or something.
says,
I was just
I
saying,
suck at drafting.
loser has
Yeah.
to wear a duck
Or-
onesie.
Oh, what?
Duck onesie.
Do you have one?
Uh huh.
Yeah, duck onesie would be sick. I'd be in on that.
There you go.
Yeah, bring it.
For the whole episode.
No, for
Who's
the
got it?
draft. For the draft,
Um,
you'd have to wear it. I like that a lot, actually. So
Are
please
we-
vote. The loser, the person with the least amount of votes, has to wear the duck onesie for the next draft that we do. Kind of like the cone of shame, I guess. You know.
I do have a cone. We could just wear a cone. I have a traffic cone.
You have to talk like this.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Episode 27 in the books. Got camera 4. Hit him with it.
Camera 4.
See the boys. See us. 100 subscribers on YouTube. Brady's going to get an IV in his arm, courtesy of Mike. So please go subscribe to the YouTube. Please. That would be great for the three of us to witness, and I think some of you guys would enjoy that too. Tell your friends to just go subscribe. They don't even need to watch the videos. They could watch them while they're there, though.
If they don't, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Also, hey. Thank you. Listen to me. If you are on Instagram and you scroll or you're tapping and you see something with a poll and you choose to not fill the poll out, what are you doing? It takes 2 seconds. I'm not even asking you to do it for me. I'm asking you to do it not even on our content. If you see one and you don't do the poll, how do you not care? Do it. It takes 2 seconds.
Not even.
There's not even anything that goes along with it. You don't have to like have it in your liked or have it in your like. Literally, you just click a button and you go, huh, I guess I wasn't part of the majority. Is that your fear? Is that your fear, honestly, listener? Is that, man, if I click on this one and I'm not like other people, what are they going to think of me? I don't care. Also, I don't even know if I can see who voted on what. I had to ask my wife who she voted for, and she told me not me. Click on the thing. What are you doing?
Yep. Heard it there. Appreciate y'all, though. Episode 27. Catch you on the next one. See ya.
Peace.